We are going to do a watch me work type of video today where I'm going to take you behind the scenes of my website in a day process. I'm doing a website for a Christian life coach today, and it's going to be really fun. She has kind of a retro boho type of vibe, which usually I do kind of a clean, modern. So it's going to be a little bit different than what I normally do, and I'm so excited. We'll probably do it on Squarespace. I usually kind of take in all the information they provided, and then I decide if Showit or Squarespace would be a better platform. I'm thinking Squarespace for her, but I'm going to confirm it in our call that we do at the beginning of the day and then move forward. So if you guys enjoy this type of video, can you put more in the caption just so that I know what type of video you guys like? I do a lot of tips and tutorials on Squarespace and Showit, but if you guys like this type of thing, I can do more of them. So let's dive right in. Okay, first things first, what do I require prior to website in a day to really set myself up for success? First of all, I like that they create a Pinterest board for me just so I can get a better idea of their brand and their vibe. If you look at this, it was very easy to come up with retro, boho, floral type of idea. So love that. I also have a questionnaire, which she filled out, which is great. And it really provides me with like the homepage prep, the about page prep, that type of thing. The other thing that I do give to my clients as an option is a DIY website homepage writing guide. And it has prompts for ChatGPT and kind of explains like the layout of a homepage and like what will convert, because that's the goal, right? I'm not just trying to create a beautiful website. I'm trying to create one that actually gets this person clients, as well as I implement SEO in the website. So she could have used this. She didn't, which is totally fine. I will just take the content she provided me and I'll be able to craft the homepage. The other thing is photos. If they have a logo, if they have fonts, all that is needed ahead of time, which in her logo, she has fonts. So I'll just be consistent across the board. And then I also send out website ideas that kind of go with their vibe, and they send me what they like back. I actually have like this big Google Doc, and it just says like this type of boho or whatever, and so she can kind of go, okay, my site is going to be retro. I'll look at these websites. So she took a look at that and provided me with some inspiration, and so between all of that, I have a pretty good idea of what type of vibe she's looking for. So love that. The last thing that when I was just like kind of taking in all this information prior to my website today, I was like, it'd be so nice to have a pattern. And she doesn't have one with her logo. And I don't usually do this, but I really wanted one. So I started kind of whipping up some patterns on Illustrator as well as working on Procreate on my iPad. And this one was one that so her background for like her YouTube videos kind of has this vibe. So created that and had a couple different ones. So ultimately, I think if it works as I'm designing, I have these patterns I can pull in. So those are just some of the things that I did prior. Also, testimonials are something that I like to have. I don't require them, but I really encourage the client because they help it convert. And actually, it does look like she worked through that homepage guide. So she created all the copy. So I am totally set up for success, and I'm so excited about this website. Okay, we're just setting up the website. Honestly, this is not really doesn't really matter what I choose here because I'm going to be changing all the things. So I could have just done a blank site too, but change the site styles first and foremost because these are not the colors that we want. So we're just right now, the first thing I do is just set up the basic site styles, the basic fonts, colors, all that sort of thing. And then I will go into actually putting in the sections of the homepage. I have a pretty strategic process there to make it convert. So I will clue you guys back in once I'm creating the sections. So something I have my clients do if they can is create a mood board for their website. So the colors, the fonts, the logos, just all on one board for me. She didn't, so I created a style tile, which is similar to a mood board, but it just kind of gave me an idea of what kind of like this might be a layout of, what a section of the page will be. More inspiration photos. I have her pattern pulled in here. So this is also where I have her fonts. So we're using Baskerville and Source Sans variables. Let's see if they have them. Source sans variable. Okay, slightly different, but that one does work with her brand as well. So we're going to just move forward. A lot of website in a day, kind of the key to success here is you just got to make a decision and move on, because you do not have the time to be super nitpicky and be a pixel pusher. You just have to move on, especially if you're trying to create 5 pages. So the first part is the hero, right? So above the fold, we really want to make it clear who she is, who she serves, all of that. So she created the copy, which is great. And I like having usually an image that's pretty clear about who she is. And preferably with her looking at the camera to grow that no lag trust factor. So I'm going to create some movement on her page. So first what I'm doing is I'm creating a gallery with 2 images, and then I'll just have them rotate back and forth. I did design these images in Canva, and just because to tilt images in Squarespace is a little tricky. So we'll do that, and we'll do automatically transition pretty quickly between the 2 slides. Okay, there we go. I like my sections to be, I like to create how much like space. So I do that, and then we need some text. And we're gonna go to her copy that she did, which is it's a lot of copy for the header. So I might pull some of this into ChatGPT and try to shorten it, because that's a lot. So this is more her mission statement is kind of what I'm wanting to put. So I might just say, help me out, ChatGPT. Let's see what Chat comes up with. So this one is probably the best for SEO. This one I feel the most drawn to. So that gets a little hard because I obviously am such an SEO person, and so I'm probably gonna pull this one. We'll see what she thinks about it, but I'm an SEO girly, you know, so, and especially the H1, you want to be really clear in that H1 because that's what Google is pulling. let's make that a little larger. There we go. And then we will, what do we got here? I want to make it, again, I'm trying to make that boho vibe. So I'm going to, you're not really going to be able to see this. So let's change the color of this section just to kind of give you an idea. We are going to make a little squiggle situation at the bottom. Okay, edit section, divider. Kind of want more squiggles. I don't like that it's black, so let's get rid of the stroke. No, I don't like it. Okay, just wanted to test. It's very like choppy. Oops. I'm not messing around with it. Okay. Maybe in between those two. Okay, that'll work. Okay. I might even do like a little overlapping element here. We do have her logo, but let's see if I can find it. So I don't want to pull the whole logo and have that overlap, but I might just do, I could do a small element. Let's pull up that Adobe Illustrator. Or I could do part of this pattern I created. Or I could do kind of just that house with the bird. Maybe we'll try a couple of those options and see if the pattern looks good or the house with the bird looks good. If I do this pattern, I don't want to do the whole thing. So let's just, I haven't pulled in the green yet of her color palette. So let's see, maybe I might want to rotate that a little bit, but we'll just play with it and see if it looks good or not. I don't think I like that. Okay, well, no, I don't like that. Maybe if it was rotated, this would mean you can't like rotate very easily. Maybe if it was rotated, it could work, but I don't like that. I don't think that looks good, so we'll delete that. All right, and I'll just keep moving forward on this homepage. Okay, we have a couple hero, like the top of the homepage options, so I'm just trying to decide which one I like better. But I have completed the homepage, so now I'm quickly making some lunch because I frequently, after doing 50 plus website in a day, that is my biggest downfall, is I just forget to eat. So I try to prioritize taking at least 5 minutes to eat, but I just sent her this homepage. She'll kind of look it over, and then I'm going to cruise through the other pages. She won't get those ones for review just because I cruised through them so fast using kind of this layout, but obviously some things still to put in. These are going to be her podcast, 3 of her podcast episodes, so that needs to be changed out, but that is what we have thus far. Okay, next I worked on the services page. Not usually the order I go in, but designed that. I need some links for these to go to contact, but here's where we are at. We got an FAQ situation. So then to create the next page, I just duplicate either the home or the services page, and I go in and then I make edits, just the way to kind of make the process easier for me. So now the about page, I have this questionnaire, which I have pulled a ton of information from. She also provided me a lot of information in this about section. So I can pull it from here to create the copy, or I can ask ChatGPT, which I've been doing kind of a little bit of both. I had ChatGPT help me with some of the services page just to simplify it a little bit. So let's just go in and we'll just start editing credentials. I might keep the credentials on the about page. Squarespace is not working at the pace that I want it to work at. I'll have testimonials. I usually try to have testimonials on every page. She only has 3, but I'll probably leave the sections because I know she's in the process of getting more and she can update those. I have like a video library Squarespace course kind of for my website in a day clients. And it shows like how to update a testimonial. They click on that little video. It shows that video. How to change the color. They watch that video. How to go live. So that is how I used to do like a Zoom recording of like how to update their website, but it would take me like 45 minutes at the end of the day. And I like to use that to really optimize it for mobile, add in all the SEO situation, just make sure it all looks good. Okay, it is 3:15, so I'm finishing up my day. I completed the contact page, just with a simple contact form. That'll go to her email. Save that. I completed the homepage, obviously. The podcast, which she has turned into blogs. Great for SEO. She has a YouTube channel, and so we have that all set up with 3 of her posts already in there, so she can just easily duplicate and add more blog posts as she continues YouTubing / podcasting. And then we have her services page, and I've optimized all these for mobile. I just need to go in and complete the SEO. We have the about page. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. And then, we just need to, there was a couple things that she wanted like cutouts instead. So I'm going to do more cutouts and less like this type of thing. But other than that, I'm pretty much done. I'm going to give her the training library so she will learn how to she'll learn the back end of Squarespace. She'll learn how to update everything. It'll be just super easy for her to, go to the specific, I want to add images to my gallery. Great. She can make that change. So hopefully this is a really great resource for her. And right now I just need to go in and do SEO. So I use Ubersuggest and do some basic SEO research. I don't have a ton of time, but figure out some keyword phrases that are good. If you want to know my SEO process, below I will put my free 3-day SEO training, and it teaches you how to find proper keywords and then how to implement them. And that is my Squarespace website in a day process. If you guys have any questions about website in a day, or if you're someone who is wanting to do website in a days, I have a resource below for all of you potential website in a day designers, and it gives you my whole workflow, like everything in Dubsado that you need, from contract to emails I send out, everything, so that you are completely prepared and set up for success when you decide to do website in a day. So I'll make sure to link those below as well.